Do you know what the most dangerous word in the English language is? It isn't a curse word. It isn't a rude word. It is this word right here. Fine. Why is it dangerous? Because it is a lie. Every day, people ask you, how are you? And every day, you reply, I'm fine, thanks. And you? You say it when you are tired. You say it when you are stressed. You say it when you are heartbroken. You say it when you are so happy you want to scream. I'm fine. It is the autopilot response. It is a wall that you build between yourself and the rest of the world. When you say I'm fine, you are actually saying, please don't ask me any more questions. I don't want to connect with you. If you want to speak English like a native speaker, actually, no. If you want to speak English like a human being, you need to delete this word from your vocabulary. Today, we are going to learn how to answer the question how are you, with the truth. We are going to move beyond good and bad. We are going to explore the real spectrum of human emotions. But before we destroy this dangerous word, let's make sure we understand why we use it. Vocabulary Break 1. Word Guide, Hello again. Let's look at 3 important concepts Atlas just mentioned. 1. Dangerous, adjective. Definition, able to cause harm or injury. Example, swimming in that river is dangerous because the current is very strong. 2. Autopilot, noun. Definition, doing something without thinking about it, out of habit. Like a plane flying itself. Example, I drove home on autopilot and didn't remember the journey. 3. Spectrum, noun. Definition, a wide range or variety of things. Example, we need to look at the full spectrum of opinions, not just 2 sides. Now, let's go back to Atlas and find out what to say instead of fine. Okay, so if fine is the enemy, what is the solution? The solution is granularity. Emotional granularity means being specific. It means using the exact right word for the exact right feeling. Let me tell you a story. 3 years ago, I was working at a big marketing firm. It was a very busy time. We had a huge project due. I was working 12 hours a day. I wasn't sleeping. My coffee intake was dangerous. One morning, my boss walked past my desk. He saw the dark circles under my eyes. He saw the piles of paper on my desk. He stopped and asked, "Hey Atlas, how are you holding up?" And do you know what I said? I smiled, a fake smile, and I said, "I'm fine. Just busy. I'm fine." He nodded and walked away. He thought everything was okay. So, he gave me more work. 2 days later, I crashed. I literally couldn't get out of bed. I had a panic attack. If I had been honest, if I had used the right words, I could have saved myself. What I should have said was, I am overwhelmed. This is the first magic word for today, overwhelmed. When you are overwhelmed, it means you have too much pressure. It is like you are drowning in a sea of tasks. The waves are coming over your head, and you can't breathe. It is not just stressed. Stressed is when you have a deadline. Overwhelmed is when your system is shutting down because the input is too high. If I had said to my boss, "Actually, I am feeling a bit overwhelmed right now," the conversation would have been different. He might have said, "Okay, let's prioritize. What can we take off your plate?" See the difference? Fine closed the door. Overwhelmed opened the door for help. But be careful. There is a cousin to overwhelmed that is even more serious. That word is burned out. To understand burned out, imagine a candle. When the wax is gone, the flame goes out. There is nothing left to give. Being tired means you need sleep. Being burned out means your soul needs rest. You can sleep for 10 hours and still wake up feeling empty. Have you ever felt that? Like you are a car trying to drive with no gas? That is burnout. So, next time someone asks how are you, and you feel heavy, don't say I'm tired. Try saying, honestly, I'm feeling a little burned out lately. It is a brave thing to say. It shows vulnerability. And usually, the other person will look at you with empathy and say, I understand. I have been there too. Connection. That is the power of real words. Now, let's flip the coin. Let's talk about positive feelings. Because I'm fine ruins the good moments too. Imagine you just got a promotion. Or you just booked a holiday to Italy. Or you just met someone really special. A friend asks, how are you? You say, I'm good. Good. Just good? You are killing the joy. You are painting a rainbow in black and white. When you are vibrating with energy, when you can't stop smiling, you are not good. You are ecstatic. Ecstatic means happy on a level 10 out of 10. It means pure delight. Or maybe you are pumped. Pumped is American slang. It means you are full of adrenaline and excitement. It's physical. I am pumped for the concert tonight. I am ecstatic about the news. Do you hear the energy in those words? When you use them, you invite the other person to celebrate with you. You share your energy. So, we have the dark words, overwhelmed, burned out, and the bright words, ecstatic, pumped. But life isn't usually black or white. Most of the time, we live in the gray area. We feel mixed. And there is a beautiful word for that mixed feeling. A word that explains that weird sensation when you are happy and sad at the same time. That word is bittersweet. But before I explain bittersweet, let's make sure we have mastered the intense emotions we just talked about. Vocabulary break 2. Word guide, those were some powerful emotions. Let's review. 1. Overwhelmed, adjective. Definition, feeling like you have so much to do or deal with that you cannot handle it. Example, she felt overwhelmed by all the emails in her inbox. 2. Burned out, adjective. Definition, completely exhausted, physically and mentally, caused by long-term stress or overwork. Example, after studying for exams for 3 months, the student felt completely burned out. 3. Ecstatic, adjective. Definition, overwhelmingly happy or joyful. Example, he was ecstatic when his team won the championship. 4. Pumped, adjective, slang. Definition, very excited and enthusiastic. Example, I am so pumped to see the new movie. Now, let's go back to Atlas to learn about the gray area of feelings. Bittersweet. Bitter, like coffee, and sweet, like sugar. This is the word for complex moments. Imagine you are moving to a new country. You are excited about the adventure, right? But you are also sad because you are leaving your friends. You are not just happy. You are not just sad. It is a bittersweet moment. Or imagine watching your child go to their first day of school. You are proud, but you miss them being a baby. Bittersweet. Using this word makes you sound incredibly sophisticated in English. It shows you understand the nuance of life. How do you feel about leaving your job? It's bittersweet. I love my colleagues, but I'm ready for a new challenge. Perfect answer. Now, there is another gray feeling that I think we all feel in the modern world. It is that feeling when you are not exactly sad, but you just don't have any energy. You feel flat. You are just going through the motions. Psychologists have a name for this. It became very popular during the pandemic. It is called languishing. Languishing is the middle child of mental health. You aren't depressed, but you aren't flourishing. You are just stuck. You are looking at a blank wall. You lack motivation. If a friend asks, how are you, and you say, I don't know. I'm just languishing, you might surprise them. But you will also be telling the truth. And once you name it, you can fix it. So, we have a toolkit now. Instead of stressed-overwhelmed. Instead of tired dash burned out. Instead of happy dash ecstatic. Instead of mixed dash bittersweet. Instead of bored slash flat dash languishing. But Atlas, I hear you asking. What if I don't want to tell everyone my deep dark secrets? What if I am talking to my boss, or a cashier, or a stranger? I can't just tell them I am languishing. You are absolutely right. Social context matters. You don't spill your heart to everyone. So, how do we answer how are you, professionally, but still authentically? How do we sound interesting without being overly emotional? I have a formula for that. I call it the fact plus feeling technique. But before we get to the technique, let's define those last two complex emotions. Vocabulary Break 3. Word Guide, welcome back. Let's clarify those complex emotional words Atlas just introduced. 1. Bittersweet, adjective. Definition: a mixture of sadness and happiness. Example: graduating from university is bittersweet. I am happy to finish, but I will miss my friends. 2. Languishing, verb/adjective. Definition: failing to make progress or be successful, feeling stuck, empty, or unmotivated, not depressed, but not happy. Example: during the lockdown, many people felt like they were just languishing at home. Now, back to Atlas for the professional answering technique. So, how do we answer how are you, professionally? Imagine you are in an elevator with your boss. Or you are at a networking event. You want to sound smart, capable, and positive. If you say, I am burned out, it might be too honest. If you say, I am fine, it is boring and forgettable. Here is the secret formula I use. It is called fact plus feeling. It works like this: you state one small fact about what you are doing, and then you add a positive feeling word. The formula: I am, fact, and I'm feeling, feeling. Let's look at an example. Boss: hi Atlas, how are you? Old Atlas: I'm fine, thanks. Boring. New Atlas: using the formula I just finished the monthly report, fact, so I am feeling pretty productive today, feeling. Boom. Look at what just happened. I answered the question. I showed my boss I am working hard, fact. I used a strong vocabulary word, productive. Let's try another one. Imagine you are meeting a new person at a party. Stranger: how are you doing? Old Atlas: good, you? New Atlas: I just tried that sushi place downtown, fact, so I'm feeling very satisfied, feeling. Now, the stranger has something to talk about. They can ask, oh, which sushi place? You have started a conversation. Fine ends conversations. Fact plus feeling starts them. Here are 3 professional feelings you can use in this formula instead of good. Productive: use this at work when you are getting things done. Optimistic: use this when you are talking about a future project or plan. We just launched the website, so I'm feeling optimistic. Curious: use this when you are learning something new. I'm reading a new book, so I'm feeling curious. And finally, there is one last rule for social interaction. The social mirror. English conversation is like a game of tennis. You cannot just hold the ball. You must hit it back. If someone asks how are you, and you give a great answer but you stop there, you are being rude. You must always ask back. But don't just say and you every time. Try these variations to sound more natural. How have you been? If you haven't seen them in a while. How is your week going? Good for colleagues. What about you? What's new in your world? Casual and friendly. So, let's put it all together. A. Hey Atlas, how are you? B. I'm actually a bit overwhelmed with work, but I'm optimistic about the weekend. How is your week going? That is a perfect, native level answer. It is honest, it uses rich vocabulary, and it keeps the conversation moving. Before I give you your challenge for this week, let's review those professional words. Vocabulary Break 4. Word Guide, Let's add these professional words to your toolkit. 1. Productive, adjective. Definition: achieving a significant amount or result, getting a lot of work done. Example: I woke up early, so I had a very productive morning. 2. Optimistic, adjective. Definition: hopeful and confident about the future. Example: she is optimistic that she will get the job. 3. Satisfied, adjective. Definition: pleased because you have got what you wanted or done something well. Example: he felt satisfied after fixing the broken car. Back to Atlas for the final challenge. Have covered a lot today. We went from the dangerous word, fine, to the deep emotions, burned out, ecstatic, and the professional tools, productive, optimistic. Now, I have a challenge for you. For the next 24 hours, I want you to go on a fine detox. You are banned from saying I'm fine or I'm good. If someone asks how you are, you must pause, think, and choose a real word. Tell your spouse you are exhausted. Tell your boss you are productive. Tell your friend you are pumped. It might feel scary at first. You might feel naked without your shield. But watch what happens. Watch how people look at you differently. Watch how the conversation deepens. Language is not just about exchanging information. It is about connecting souls. Don't waste that opportunity with a boring word like fine. If you accept this challenge, write in the comments below, no more fine. And tell me, how are you really feeling right now? Are you inspired? Are you curious? Are you maybe a little bit overwhelmed by all this new vocabulary? Whatever it is, I want to know the truth. I am Atlas. This is the English Leap podcast. Speak the truth, and I will see you in the next episode.